This is this is the story of Moses. After many years, a new Pharaoh ruled in Egypt. He did not remember what Joseph had done for Egypt, and the people of God became slaves, and they were trapped and could not go home. There were so many people of God in Egypt that Pharaoh was afraid that they would take his kingdom from him. So he said that every baby boy must be killed. One of the mothers made a basket of bulrushes woven together and had the baby placed in the basket. She put the basket in the reeds by the Nile. The daughter of Pharaoh found the basket. She named the baby Moses. When Moses was a young man, he saw an Egyptian beating one of the people of God. Moses grew angry and killed him. Then he ran away into the desert. Moses stayed with the family of Jethro. He married Zipporah, one of Jethro's daughters. One day while Moses was taking care of Jethro's sheep, he took them to a mountain of God, Mount Horeb, which is also called Mount Sinai. Suddenly he saw a bush that was burning, but it did not burn up. God spoke to him from the burning bush. God told Moses that the cries of the people of God in Egypt had been heard. Moses was to go and set the people free. Moses said, who am I to do such a thing? But God said, I will be with you. What is your name? My name is I am who I am. Can't you send someone else? Aaron, your brother, will go with you. He will speak for you. So Moses went back to tell Pharaoh to let the people go. Moses went many times to Pharaoh to tell him to let God's people go, and many times Pharaoh said no. Terrible things happened in the land of Egypt. Finally, Pharaoh said yes. God helped Moses lead the people through the water to freedom. Moses led the people of Egypt for 40 years. The people of God grew tired and hungry and discouraged, and they grumbled to Moses. But God showed the people that God was with them by giving them quail and manna to eat in the desert. When the people were thirsty from traveling in the desert, they complained to Moses, and Moses talked to God. God told Moses to strike a rock with his staff, and water came out of the rock so people could drink. Something happened that made God angry. Moses did not keep faith with God in the midst of the people, so God told Moses that he would never see the promised land. The people were free, but they didn't know the best way to go. With God's help, Moses led the people to God's mountain, Mount Sinai, where God had spoken to him from a burning bush, and Moses went up to the mountain to talk with God. The people waited and waited and waited. God was gone a long time. The people began to think that Moses was never coming back, so they asked Aaron to make a new god to lead them. Aaron took all the gold the women were wearing and melted it, and he shaped the gold into a calf. He gave the calf to the people, saying, "Here is your God." And the people built an altar and worshipped the golden calf. Moses came down from the mountain. His face was shining. He carried the 10 best ways. We found the people worshiping the golden calf. He grew angry and broke the stone tablets on which the 10 best ways were written. He took the golden calf and threw it into the fire. The people were sorry, so God gave Moses the 10 best ways again, and Moses gave them to the people. God told Moses to make a box called an ark to hold the 10 best ways. The box was covered with gold, and it had poles on the sides so people could carry it with them wherever they went. God told Moses to make a tent called a tabernacle for the ark. When the people stopped to rest in the wilderness, God filled the tent, and Moses came close to God. When he came out, his face was shining. After 40 years, they came to another mountain, Mount Nebo. Moses died there, and no one knows till this day where he was buried. I wonder what part of the story you liked best. I wonder what part of the story you thought was the most important. I wonder what part of the story, or what part of the story is especially for you. I wonder if we can leave any part out of the story and still have all the story we need.